meet again. Hi, family. It is Thursday, June 26th at 5:11 p.m. and we are headed to the gym. This is the first time that I'm picking up the camera to film for 5 weeks out. 4 weeks out tomorrow, baby. We rockin' and rollin'. Basically, this week was getting caught up after traveling over the weekend to my friend's wedding. So lots, I think I showed earlier some of my meal prep. My favorites right now, my little fish. I'm doing cod and shrimp right now and kind of like mixing up my veggies, which has been really fun. But it's been a really, really busy week, very productive week, just getting back to all the things. I had my check-in with Kim yesterday. Went really well. We're really happy with where everything's sitting and where we're at, being basically 4 weeks out. Yesterday was a rest day, which was much needed. I'm ready to absolutely crush this workout and chat with y'all soon. Bye. I set up our dates now on prep. Make us breakfast. Got my egg whites, steel cut oats. That's an iced cold brew, some stevia. My global formulas immune complex. And make Mike 4 whole eggs, steel cut oats, and a creamy cold brew coffee. Yay! Show you guys my new meal prep favorites. So my proteins of choice lately have been wild Argentinian shrimp, wild caught Atlantic cod. I've been making this little mushroom and onion blend with roasted zucchini and asparagus. This is what I'm having for lunch. 4 ounces of cod with some veggies and some brown rice. And what I've been doing with my brown rice is I've just been adding just a dash of this organic chicken stock. It just adds some extra flavor and it makes my brown rice nice and moist. Yum. All right, these are my meals packed for the next 2 days for work. So we got the 4 ounces of cod in there, some veggie blend, zucchini, asparagus, mushrooms, onions, brown rice. And then I have my sweet potato shrimp. And then some more of the snacks. So this is the lineup. I'm loving my meals lately. So you all know this is the shrimp that I get from Costco. And then, get it out. This is the cod. Delicious. Hello, fam. How are you? It is Monday, July 7th at 12:31 p.m. I'm just here to kind of wrap up my episode 9 vlog. I have my calendar like up behind me just to kind of remember what happened the past 2 weeks. This vlog, episode 9 and episode 10, I'm going to do a 2-week series for both just because we're getting so close to show and my energy to pick up this camera has been dwindling day by day, but I'm doing my best to pick it up as much as I can and show you guys kind of some new things that I maybe not have shown you before. But as you all know, bodybuilding is like Groundhog's Day. Not much changes, but I feel like quite a bit has changed in the past 2 weeks. So I'm excited to kind of update you guys on what's been going on. So since my last vlog, I basically went to one of my best friend's weddings, which was amazing in Colorado. So I basically just got caught up the week after. To be honest, it took a huge toll on my body. I don't know how people travel so close to show and just in prep. It's definitely a lot. Learned a lot, really proud of myself for getting through it, but never again. It was not fun. Came back kind of recouped all week, got caught up on everything. And then last week was awesome. It was the 4th of July, so had a lot of kind of like rest and recovery. I headed out to the beach, got to enjoy that a bit. Some things that have changed the past 2 weeks is I was doing fish for a lot of my proteins, but I since switched back because I was having some digestion issues. I don't know if it was like too much fish or my body wasn't used to all the fish. At first, my body was digesting it well, so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to the tried and true chicken breast and ground turkey. So that's what I did. And feeling a lot better, able to digest my food better. But as you kind of get, closer and closer to show, your digestion does slow down. I have a bunch of notes written out here too that I wanted to discuss. Yes, so I basically switched my protein sources. As you can see in some of the clips, I was doing a lot of fish, but I switched back to my OGs, and I'm going to put in here a little full day of eating reel that I made for my Instagram so you guys can see my current meals. Right now, I am 3 weeks out. Actually, under 3 weeks out, which is insane. We're like right there. So I'll show you guys kind of what my full day of eating looked like at 3 weeks out, so you can check out that reel. And let's see. Okay, I put here mental struggle. It has been a mental struggle. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Having 8 weeks between my last show to this show is a big gap. I'm not gonna lie. I think 4 weeks is even a lot, but 8 weeks, I really took on a challenge that I'm so happy to be at the other side. But I would say like the whole month of June was really, really hard because you're just far enough out that like you can't really see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you've been in prep for 3 months. So it's been a really, really long road, but I will say I've unlocked kind of like new levels of self-awareness. And I would say a lot of the awareness comes in beyond the mental stuff and pushing through the barriers is what foods I digest really well. Another one that I really leaned into even these past 2 weeks is not being so rigid on my training. I think when I first started my journey, I was very rigid on like this day I train this body part and this day I train this body part. But now that I've, been in prep for I think it's almost been it'll be 5 months for USA's, which is crazy, longest I've ever been in prep. You kind of have to train based off of how you're feeling. So you have to train smart. It's not always, follow the plan and that's exactly what you need to do. It's more of a feeling. And I think as you get along in your journey, you become intuitive of like, okay, this is the cadence that works well for my body. This is how I recover well. These are the moves that I feel the best in, the most activation. So I've really, really leaned into that these past 2 weeks. And I've kind of played around with my training split a little bit to where it is the most optimal for me. So for this week, for example, obviously it depends when you take your rest days and whatnot, but I wrote out what I'm going to do this week. So today is actually Monday. I'm going to wrap my episode 9 vlog here and then start my episode 10 for the last 2 weeks leading up to show. But what I want to say is my new workout split. So I changed things up a bit. Monday, back and shoulders. So I'm going to do that today. Tuesday, I'm going to do glutes and legs. Wednesday, I'm going to have a rest day. Thursday, I'm going to do shoulders and glutes. Friday, I'm going to do chest, tris, and abs. Saturday, I'm going to do bis, glutes, and calves. Sunday, rest day. So I hit abs once a week, calves once a week. As you can see, I hit shoulders twice a week, glutes 3 times a week, and right now I'm doing 7 days, 60 minutes of cardio a day. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at currently. I just want to share that with you all. I used to kind of have a little bit of a different split where I would train like glutes back-to-back days, and that just wasn't working out for me. So I'm excited to try out this and see how it goes. I used to really follow, the exact workouts that my coach Kim gave me, like the exact exercises, but I've realized that I know exactly what makes my muscles activate the best, and I just lean on those and lean on my own knowledge. I typically do 3, max 4 exercises per body part and then call it. Especially being this close to show, you don't want to over fatigue. So I definitely wanted to share that. And then posing practice. Started off my posing sessions with Miss Vanya last Friday on July 4th. I'm going to be posing with her weekly leading up to show. And then on peak week, I'll be posing with her twice, which I'm really excited about because your body changes a lot during peak week. And sometimes it's hard to know how much to arch versus not arch. So that'll be really good to have that multiple connection with her throughout that week. I put here, June's coming to a close. July end is in sight. It's crazy. It's like 8 weeks felt like forever, and then 4 weeks, it's like boom, and now we're already 3 weeks out. I basically have next week, and then the week after that is peak week. So it's happening, and I'm really, really excited. And I also put here, don't forget your why. I see this with a lot of my lifestyle clients, and just like everyone in general, when you're going through this fitness journey, it's so easy to forget your why. You let your emotions come into play. A lot of the feelings of fatigue and wanting to quit kind of come towards the end of the day. I feel my best right now in the morning, like super motivated, so much energy. My sleep right now is a little spotty. Like I'm waking up, multiple times a night, either to go to the bathroom or I can't sleep. So we're definitely getting close to show, but I want to share with you all, like, I do struggle mentally and physically. Like, this is not an easy sport. There's times where it's not fun. But you have to remember your why, and that this journey is a decision. I chose to do this. I chose to do another national show, and I am deciding, like, this is the last show that I'm doing this year, bar none. Like, this is the most that I've ever been in prep. I did, nationals in Texas last year. So that means that I was in prep for basically all the holidays. So September, October, November, even prep through Thanksgiving. So, and then I took a 10-week off season. Then I prepped again for March, April, May, did NPC Junior USAs, got second place. So now here we are, basically 2.5 weeks out from USAs in Las Vegas on July 25th. Not me counting the days or anything. As you can see, it's definitely been a long road. And I'm ready for a break. I'm excited for a break. I have tons and tons of travel coming up, personal and for work. I don't know if I share with you all, but I also have a corporate job where I'm an executive assistant. So I'll also be traveling a lot for that. And I'm excited to show you all how I transitioned from being a bikini athlete to how I bring those healthy lifestyle and choices into everyday life, and how you can transition. And it doesn't need to be as strict, and you can learn to intuitively eat and still be healthy and active. And I'm excited to share that with you all. I put, don't complain, pressure is a privilege. It's really easy to sit here and complain, throw myself a pity party. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm hungry. Like, pressure is a privilege. I chose to do this, and some people would dream of being on this journey and being able, having the means to compete, having, the healthy body and mind in order to do this. This is like, it's a hobby, right? It's a choice. So I'm constantly reminding myself of that, especially as I'm rounding out this prep, just to focus on the blessings and the opportunity. Even though I am tired and I am ready for a break, I'm just trying to soak in and live in the moment these next, 2.5 weeks of just every day. Like, for example, today, it's my second to last Monday workout. Like, after today, after I go to the gym this afternoon, I only have one more Monday workout until peak week. Like, letting that sink in of just like, wow, like I did that, And I think when I look back and when I'm done with show, I'll reminisce on it, but it's so easy to just like sit in the negative and be pessimistic and complain. But at the end of the day, like, this sport is a choice, and I chose to do USA's, and I'm going to commit to it. I'm going to give it my absolute all. Okay, another thing I wanted to touch on too is weekly body work. So what I did differently from NPC Junior USA's to USA's, I know, kind of a tongue twister. I keep on messing it up. I'm like, Junior USA's. For USA's, I upped the body work frequency. So I was seeing my body work girl every like 2 to 3 weeks ish. I would say right around like 2 weeks. But every time I would get to that 2 week mark, I was just so sore. Like, in order to unlock all my knots and get me to relax, it was kind of painful. But now that I've been going weekly since Junior USA's, things have been a lot better. My mobility has been better. My recovery has been better. So I highly, highly recommend getting a great massage therapist. Do not neglect your body work. She has been such a blessing in my life. I don't know if I told you, I recently moved during, like, in the middle of my last prep for Junior USA's, and I was so nervous. I was like, am I gonna find like a good bodywork girl? Like, I need someone to help me out because sometimes the recovery methods that you do on your own just aren't enough. So such a blessing to see her. And she does microfascial release. She does cranial holds. It's really like a mind body experience. I love her work. Like, seriously, best massage therapist that I've ever seen, hands down. She's great. So I put recovery is so key right now. Like, my body's very, very sensitive. And I know we talked about changing my workouts to feel my best. I talked about that earlier. And then another thing too, before I wrap this vlog, I know I'm like rambling on here, is that right now my metabolism's also revving like crazy. Like, right when I hit the 2 hour mark since my last meal, my body's like, you need to eat now. So things are definitely moving. I just had my lunch meal. I'm going to hop on a couple of meetings here, answer some emails, and then probably head to the gym this afternoon. Water is definitely on point. Electrolytes, I drink the Element electrolytes. So good, staying on top of my hydration, staying on top of all my markers. Like, really, besides a little bit of modifications to my workouts and changing up my protein source and my veggie source a little bit, not much has changed. So it's been Groundhog's Day for a while. So I'm really excited for everything that I have coming up after show. I'm excited to show you guys kind of what the last 2 weeks look like. I hope I don't struggle so much to film anything. And then I'll definitely show you guys peak week and show day in Las Vegas and everything that goes along with that. I'll probably do that in one vlog this time versus separating it out. So I'll close this vlog out. And here we go, baby. We're coming to the finish line. I want to kind of share where I'm at. And yeah, let's do this. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to mention too, that I've been feeling like a little bit of fatigue, or just like it's hard for me to focus sometimes. So I've been kind of staying off of social media a little bit. And I think that's been helping my just productivity in general and just my focus. It's so easy to lose your focus when you get on social media. Sometimes it helps pass cardio, but I'm starting to find that, especially as I'm getting closer to show, like, I don't even want that stimulus. I just want to focus on like one thing at a time. So it's like when I'm doing cardio, I just want to focus on like, okay, I'm pushing myself. So I'm probably going to be off of Instagram for the next like 2.5, 3 weeks leading up to show, just so I can give this my absolute all, my absolute focus, and give it everything I have. I want to give everything to this prep because the rest of this year is filled with so much travel and so much life stuff. And I really just want to close this out and put my stamp on giving it 150%. So I hope this little kiki makes sense, because I feel like my brain's not fully there. But thanks for following along. I hope you guys are having an awesome, awesome summer, whatever you're doing. I can't believe we're already in July. We're already in the second half of this year. and I'm excited to continue to share you all my journey. I'm also going to show you guys my little display back there. I finally got it all set up after months of living in this house, but I'll show you guys a little clip of that. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this vlog here. Bye. Alrighty, starting over here, I got my wedding photo up with my husband Mike. This is actually my flower bouquet. So my mom dried the flowers and she put in that nice little frame. And then this is my display, all my medals, all my trophies from my overall wins and tiaras over the years. And then this, as I mentioned in my first vlog, I was a Golden State Warriors dancer. So it just shows back-to-back champs. I made this little shadow box just to remember. And then our championship rings. So yeah, I want to share with you guys my little backdrop.